All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. I'm going to give you a chance to make sure you have your Bible and a pen and a piece of paper. And if you know someone, tell them to tune in because it's going to be some message. Okay? And I'm going to wait a minute to get a few more people coming on. And we're going to have a time tonight. Thank you, Most High, a higher, a higher. What's so good about what is about to take place is I learned this information in which I am about to share with you. But the Ruach HaKodesh, let me say that again like I feel it. I got the chills when I just said it. The Ruach HaKodesh. This is one message I said to him 3 or 4 times. This is on you, Father. Hallelujah. You're going to have to take me in on this one. You're going to have to wheel me in because this is going to be a wonderful message. Hello in the live chat. Glad to see you here joining me. And if you know anybody, you still have time to let them know that they need to chime in on this one, baby, because this is going to be a pretty good one. Sister Deborah learned something herself, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. See, it's a blessing when you able to learn as you preparing to give a message to someone else. If you ain't learning what you're about to speak, or you ain't being given information through the Ruach regarding what you're about to speak, stand down. Stand down, and what Sister Deborah normally say, stop clowning. Stop acting like a clown. Stand down. Because I'm going to tell you something. There are times I came before you with the message I prepared. And the Most High said, hold up. I got something to say. And you never knew that he routed his way. And I was looking crazy, but I was delighted because of the fact that I was learning something I didn't know. Sister Deborah has said to you all several times, I do not and I will not say that I know it all. Give or take, I might know 20%, might know 20%, but don't catch me on the other side where it's spirit and truth. Then you'll be in trouble. Okay? Now, this topic is about they are not after us. We are after ourselves. They are not after us. We are after ourselves. And when I'm done, you're going to get it. Because the way he took it and he brought it to me, it was like, where I been, in a cage? I always used to say that to the Father all the time when I was younger and coming up. And even as I gotten older, I always said that, where I been, in a cage? That's how I feel sometimes, you guys. I feel like I've been hiding or something kept me in a cage from knowing this, knowing that, knowing that. And I'm like, because the type of person I am, I thirst for righteousness. I thirst for truth. You see, but we also have to know he's a spoon feeder. He don't give you everything at one time. He don't give you everything at one time. So you got to accept how he's feeding you and salute him and embrace the ideal of how he's feeding you. Like with me, I used to say to the Father all the time, Father, Ahia, where have I been? It feels like I've been in a cage. Yes, throughout my life, I had a hedge around me. And I'm glad I'm swinging to that because that's a part of this lesson. That hedge stopped heathens and Gentiles from pressing against me, bothering me, or doing anything that make me feel or see racist or hate or any of that. So if that hedge was around me, I couldn't see that, you guys. And that's why I told y'all, it was like when I turned 58, he moved that hedge from around me. And I'm like, wait a minute, are you really saying that to the people? What you doing to them? Oh, I couldn't take it. I flew. I didn't fly. I was hired over Skype as a chef in Missouri, an application I put in. And when I got here, I had to do all my paperwork, fly back home to, not home, but back to Atlanta, Georgia, where I was staying. And they hired me just like that. So I'm here and I'm the only female chef online. And I'm like, wait a minute. But I'm seeing how they treating these brothers. And I'm like, what are they doing? I was wiped out. See? And I had no idea that this stuff was so clearly seen. And like I told you, I don't have no sense and I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no sense and I don't have no problem with that. Okay. But the thing about it is, what I was seeing, I didn't like. As me, myself, when someone would come to me and say, Miss Deborah, see, they don't treat you like that. They did us like that. They did us like that. And I sit back and be like, where I been, in a cage or something? That's how I used to think, y'all. I used to think I was in a cage somewhere, and y'all puts me in a cage in life. So I can't see the things that people are seeing and experiencing. So today I'm here to tell you, I give him all glory and praise and honor for placing me wherever he needed to put me just to keep me alive. Even though he has life and death over it, but keep me close in my right mind for a little minute, okay? But I'm telling you, it's just awesome how you see things now clearly and what people been saying years ago. But when they come to me and they say, well, Miss Deborah, they don't treat you like that. Oh, Miss Brown, they don't do you like that. Oh, sister, they don't mess with you like they do us. And I'm like, so what I would do, and I'm going to tell y'all who I am. I told you I don't have no sense and I don't care, okay? I would go to the CEO. As far as to the CEO, that's how I also did for my the husband. I used to go as far as it can go and win when I get to the top. They have to give him his job back and what he lost. You see, I used to do stuff like that because, see, I didn't know I had a hedge around me. See, they could touch him, but they couldn't touch me. Hallelujah. That was then now, y'all. Hold up now. That was then. He took that hedge from around me. But I'm going to tell you, that was then. So going back to what I was saying, when they would say, well, Miss Deborah, they don't do that to you. Miss Brown, they don't do that to you. Oh, sister, even the guys. Oh, see, they don't talk to you like that. You don't know what's going on because they like this and they like that. They don't do you like that. They do us like that. They write us up. They fire us. They do. Wait a minute. You don't fire me. I quit. So when I get 3 people that I hear, not see, but I hear them speaking that the director or the head manager or the boss fired them. When I get 3 in one location saying the same thing, I go strictly into the office and I tell them things are going on here that's not making me feel comfortable in the way you're treating the people. All I have to see is here's 3. I'm out. I quit. Because I make sure when I first walk in that door that I master whatever they want me to do. I master it. And not only that, a higher head gave me the ability to climb on top of whatever they have me to do. I climb on top. Now all the CEO, the boss, all of them come to me. How did you do that? You do really good. How could you be able to do this, did? They always used to do me that on every job. So I make sure when you walk in that I master everything within 3 days. I master it. Make sure I go way in beyond. Once they have come to me and say it. Well, see, they don't do you like that. And they don't even have to come to me. I can hear them. I can hear them on break, or I can hear them in the lunchroom. If I hear 3 people anywhere I work complain, even when I was at Chrysler, worked on the minivan at Chrysler, the plant, honey, they ain't never bothered me. But post office, they ain't never bothered me. But when I hear you done mess with somebody else, don't let me hear it 3 times. 3 times, I go head straight to the whoever is the boss. And sometimes I went above beyond them to their boss and let them know, you're doing some shaky things here, and it disturbs my spirit. I always used to use my spirit. I don't like this, and I'm out. They be like, but Miss Deborah, hold on, Miss Brown, where you go? What? And it's always because what I do. Whenever I work, the first day I go into a place, I don't overwork myself. I don't be running around like a fool. I master through the spirit of the Most High, or higher, that position within 3 days. Oh, people don't come here and do like you do, ma'am. Oh, ma'am, you real good. To the point where there are times it has been less than 2 weeks. They have upped my pay, upped my position. You see, because I learned I was a young girl. So when you go in, I bless your hands to master whatever they give you. And I make sure I do it instant. And they don't know what I'm doing. But I'm mastering that position to where when I go in for any reason, I will be a valuable employee. I'm just not the norm that comes in and goes out. I'm not the norm that just can basically do this. It's like a deck of all trades. I will be able to do this within the hours that I'm there. I can master a lot of it. Me, myself, I can cook and do a buffet by myself for 6,000 people by myself. You see what I'm saying? And it'll look just like any other professional buffet. You see what I'm saying? I can do that by myself. You see what I'm saying? So me, myself, in every job I've performed, I've always done that, even when I was a young girl. So that means when they lose me, they lose somebody they liked, they got along with, they felt was humble because I don't say a word. I don't say hi to you if you don't say hi to me. I don't communicate. I don't play. I don't deal with you. And I don't go smiling at you. Okay? So what happened was, all my life, that's how it has been. And when I have to go into the office and say, that's it, I'm out. It's like, oh, no, you ain't. You can do the job of 10 people. No, ma'am, where are you going? I don't appreciate the way you're treating the people here. It disturbs my spirit. I look back over my life, y'all, seeing all those jobs that I have had, about 40 good jobs. And I think about how this was always in the mission of a higher. It's not a job that I went on where they say you fired. No, I always fired them and walk out. You see what I'm saying? Meaning I tell them I'm out. I did that throughout my whole life. Always did that. This last one that I went from Atlanta to Missouri as a chef, I was the only female chef there. But hey, I had some issues, y'all. He done took that hedge from around me, and I'm acting a fool. I called a meeting in human human resource with the director. I said no. And me and her got in there, and she was talking with me, and we laughed and we laughed and we laughed. Next thing I know, she called me and said, Miss Brown, we got you a date set up for Friday with the director. And I got in there, and her and the director was sitting there already. They'd already talked. She said, I told her how we had such a good conversation, and I really enjoyed your information you gave me. You gave me a lot of information. And she said, and I was telling her the type of person you are. You're the type of people we want to keep here. We want people like you here. And the director looked at me. She said, Miss Brown, me and you, we don't have no problem. You know, it's pretty much my managers that I have on staff. But you know, me and you, I said, no, we don't, but you over them. So I want to meet with you because see, this stuff needs to stop. And then the human resource director said, yes, not sister, Deborah was telling me, Miss Brown was telling me a lot of things that's going on that does not set good with her, and that she didn't come here for this position to have to live around this type of environment where people are being treated unfair. And then the director came to, she began to talk. She said, elderly white lady, she said, you know what? I understand exactly where you're coming from. And it makes me kind of feel bad to be in this meeting because my grandparents were pastors. My grandfather was a pastor, and his wife was assistant pastor of some Baptist church. And that's one thing they taught us when I was a little girl. This old elderly lady, she had been like 67. She said they taught us, but she looked like she's 90. But she said they taught us how to treat people. And the main thing we were taught coming up is we treat people like we want to be treated. I'm a person that I can talk, but I'm a darn good listener. And I'm sitting here listening to her, and I realized the issue that did occur wasn't when she was always on vacation or she was out for 3 days. She always was out a lot because she was the director. She had been there for years. So she didn't come Monday through 5 days or nothing like that. It's when she was out, her managers, which were two females, which were really racist type of women. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. They didn't bother me. They didn't bother me. But I didn't like how they was treating the Black people. It just, wait a minute, hold up, Father. What is this I'm seeing? And I didn't even learn that he had taken the hedge from around me until I was 58 years old. And then he told me, because I asked him, what was that? He said, I took a hedge from around you so that you should see. I was like, well, where have I been? In the cage? But he's so used to me saying that ever since I was a young teenager, I should say that. But the meeting went well, and that lady, she called a meeting for the whole department. And she sat there and told them we ain't going to have this stuff that's going on. Oh, yes, she did. She sure did. That director, she sure did. And we laughed, we joked, we did everything in that room. Us three women in the human resource. We just had a really good time, and we shared and we opened and we just spoke everything. And what the directors did, she said, I'm gonna set a date, me and you can sit down and you can tell me what you feel that's going on. See, this is what I was trying to explain to y'all. When you are, well, I'm getting chills. When you seek the face of a higher, he's going to be on your left and your right. He's going to be in the back of you, and he's definitely in the front of you leading you. Why? Because he wants you to understand. Because you seek me first, I'm going to make sure I'm on every side of you, even in the back of you. And I tell you what, keep looking in the front. I'm the one, be the one that leading you. You see? So you all, they did good for 3 weeks. Then they was mad at the director because she called a meeting and told them we ain't gonna have. She was telling her managers in front of everybody, we ain't having this. Oh, those two managers said, now we gonna get her. No, baby, you can't get me. I already been got by the Most High or higher. Where are you coming from? And these women, I remember when I was working in the prison. I was in Gumbo prison, and they had a woman security, police or whatever working in there. She couldn't stand me because I didn't laugh with her, I didn't play with her, and I didn't like her attitude toward me nor the inmates, because she wanted to rule what I managed, which was the whole food service facility. And she wanted to come in there and do what she wanted and how she wanted. I said, no, you're not. She tried to fight me and realized this woman ain't scared because I call myself to be a police or a security. She ain't scared of me. I called a meeting with the director at the prison system. I was just one person that wasn't about a whole bunch of chaos, mess. So when you see me on here, don't think I'm just playing a game with y'all and I'm on this devil platform just being silly. Let me tell you something. I'm not the one to play with. I wasn't created to be the one to play with nor mess with. Okay? So throughout that time, all I'm saying regarding this is they are the topic of this message. They are not after us. The Father Ahia told me that today in the car earlier this morning. They're not after them, Deborah. So what you mean, Father John? He said, they're not after them. We are after ourselves. He began to tell me how the Hebrew Israelite has been the biggest lie in our lives. Why? Because they went after Ahia. See, he ain't looking for the heathens to come after him or to bother him or to diss him, because he don't want them no way. But when he look at us and see how we have no respect for everything that he has brought us on down throughout time, in, through, with, how many battles he have fought, how many times he was there to defend us, everything. And where we at today is worse than we ever been in yesterday. And the way we feel about him when we broke out with this newfound religion, it's a religion. Hebrew Israelite cult, I call it, movement. No, let me say movement. There is many of them occults. And the Hebrew Israelite awakening. He said what they did is they went after not the heathens. They went after me. They called themselves making me a lie, Deborah. And I'm in the car just driving. I'm like, okay. I said, wait a minute, Father. Yeah, that's kind of sounding like it make a whole lot of sense. That's almost where I was at in my thought pattern, in my spiritual thought pattern. Because when I'm seeing and what I'm seeing and how I'm seeing, I'm like, they said, hell with you. We don't give a rat's behind who you are. We the Hebrew Israelites. And we don't care who you are, what you are, who you been, and how you been to us. So I'm going to show y'all where they are not after you, us. We are after ourselves. That's it. And all those years that the Hebrew Israelite movement and the Hebrew Israelite awakening have lied. The only one lied to you more than anybody, and I'm just shocked that he was teaching me all this today, was our own nation. Our own nation has lied to us more than anything, because what little they found, they only found enough to blame someone else. All the stuff that they found out in this newfound religion, Hebrew Israelite movement, and the Hebrew Israelite awakening was things to support their lie, things that support their rebellions, things that support their disobedience, things that support everything that they have done against Ahia to make it right with them, make Ahia a lie, and make the heathens and Gentiles bothering them. So what he's saying, they are not after them. You see, they are after themselves. And we're going to get to it, and it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. Now, let us start, because I did too much talking past. And we're going to start here. But I get to that at the end. Those who think he had some things that he was sharing with me. Okay, let's get there. We're going to get there, go there. And you know what? Oh, here it is on the floor. I'm like, wait a minute, something wrong. Hold up. I'll be right back. Let me get my This is really going to be a very interesting. A lot of people feel they could be justified, clarified, and identified and righteous when they can precept line, little here, little there. Oh, I know Torah, I know this, I know that. But that's not where it's found. It's found in spirit and truth. That's what the Ruach HaKodesh was coming to teach you. All things that falls under spirit and truth. You see what I'm saying? So when you thought you got in here and you can precept and line here and little here, I know the Torah from the beginning to the end. I know Hebrew, I know Greek, and Hyacinth saying, but come on, roll that ball in spirit and truth and see if you know it. And that's where they cut short. Because without the Ruach HaKodesh, it's no way you know spirit and truth. So he suffered them to continue to be their stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient spirit. And that's why they don't know spirit and truth. And they have to teach you the things they can train you to control you. You see, I know this. I can precept this and line this and little here. Now I can use this technique to get them to think I know something. Or I can take Torah. I done been read the beginning to the end of Torah. I can take Torah and whoop their tails with it because I got every verse that surrounds everything I'm saying. They still lost without a cause. Because even the little things that has been smeared, the Ruach HaKodesh has to come and wipe it away. So if you ain't got the Ruach of the Father in you to teach you all things, baby, it ain't what you've been taught and how you taught yourself. It's only when he can come and he can give you the spirit and truth of the matter of it all. That's the best thing going. Okay, now we're going to start. We're going to start here. All righty. Let's start. Ooh, come on now, Jeremiah. You know I wanted to go somewhere else. I'm going to Deuteronomy 19. No, we're going to Deuteronomy 19. Jeremiah, I'll catch you on the sideline because I know you the head. You the head of this. You're going to lead this thing on in to us. Jeremiah he's going to bring it on in to us. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy. Oh, wait a minute. No. I got to go to Jeremiah. We're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 8, 28. Jeremiah chapter 28. And we're going to start with verse 12. Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 12. Then the word of Ahiah. Stand down. The word is coming out of the Father's mouth. This is where you know he is speaking and no man can smear it. You see what I'm saying? See, the things that they can smear is things that can be clearly seen. But the things that can't be clearly seen, they can't smear it because they don't know how. He didn't give them the ability to. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 12. Then the word of Ahiah came unto Jeremiah the prophet. After that, Hananiah, I think that's how the prophet had broken the yoke off the neck of the prophet Jeremiah said. Okay, we're gonna go over that again. And you all that's in the live chat, make sure you be in your spirit realm because this is some very good information and it's going to help you a great deal. Okay, now in Jeremiah 28 and verse 12, the word of Ahiah came unto Jeremiah the prophet. After that, Hananiah the prophet had broken the yoke from off the neck of the prophet, saying, what he did is he switched, in a sense, over what the prophet, what Ahiah had gave to Jeremiah to say. He switched it and made it sound the way he wanted it to say. That's what's going on today, y'all. Y'all don't know that. On these devil platforms, they have switched out of Deuteronomy 28. Curse Ahiah by saying, we're going to come out of what you said. We'll stay in as long as we can say we came over on ships and we came over on boats and we are slaves. But outside of that, we ain't taking what you said at the beginning about how you cared for us, and nor will we take the end game and how you say we must be destroyed. We just going to take those pieces out, feed them to the people, and lead them in a newfound religion, Hebrew Israelite movement and Hebrew Israelite awakening. But this is exactly what Hananiah did to Jeremiah. Jeremiah came to the people with what a higher had said to him to say. But this here other prophet comes stepping in. I'm going to say it my way. I'm going to speak it my way. He broke the yoke. We're going to get in it, and you're going to see how he did it. Verse 13. Go tell Hananiah, this is what he's telling Joseph. Go and tell Hananiah, saying, Thou said Ahiah, thou hast broken the yoke of the wood, but thou shalt make for them yoke of iron. Okay, here come Father Yah. You're going to try to break the yoke of what I said? I tell you what, I'm going to show them that they getting a yoke of iron. You can't break that. Try doing that. Now watch this here. Verse 14. For thou said Ahiah of hosts, the Yah of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon their neck of all those nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Okay? And they shall serve him. And I have given him the beasts of the field as also. This is what Yah said, that telling Jeremiah to tell Hananiah. Look, this is what I did. It's called a yoke of iron. Don't y'all remember something in Deuteronomy? The yoke of iron around their neck in Deuteronomy 28. Listen to this. Verse 15, we in Jeremiah 28. Verse 15, then said the prophet Jeremiah to Hananiah, the prophet, Hear now, Hananiah, Ahiah has not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust in a lie. Y'all finna back you up, and he's gonna back you down tonight. He's going to show you in Deuteronomy. It's going to be like I say, and I say what I mean, and I say what I'm about, and what was, what is, and what shall be, and ain't nothing you and nobody else can do about it. So you can listen to the lies on these devil platforms. You can listen to them searching their history. You can listen to them mastering Torah. You can listen to them. What is it? A little here, a little there. Precept, you can listen to whatever you want. They are lies. What did he say to Hananiah? Jeremiah telling Hananiah in verse 15. Hananiah the prophet, hear now, Hananiah, Ahiah has not sent thee, but thou make it this people to trust in a lie. And that's what's going on. Sister Deborah was trying to be easy, because the way Ahiah was easy with me, and finding out that they rejected the curse itself. And when they did that, they don't do it to the heathens. They ain't doing it to the Gentiles. They doing it to the Most High, Ahiah, who placed the curse and the judgment among them. But then they going to say, oh, it's the heathens that did it, or it's the Gentiles. They bothering us. Ahiah said in this day and time, what did he say? They are not after you. We are after ourselves, because we disobeyed the word of Yah. Even when it came to Jeremiah, they didn't want to hear him. They wanted to hear Hananiah, who said he was a prophet. But this is what Jeremiah, he confronted him now. Why? Because Ahiah told him, go get him. And what did he do? He told him, but thou maketh these people to trust in a lie. Sister Deborah been saying that the 4 years she's on here. Couldn't understand, why is it people believe in these people who've been on here for years and lying to y'all for years about nothing. And y'all read up that they all this and all that. And they ain't teaching you nothing but darkness. Let's go on. Verse 16. Therefore said Ahiah, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. See, he ain't playing. He ain't playing. Now watch this here. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against Ahiah. So Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month. Y'all don't play. This is for you all out there to think that you're going to bypass the words that proceed out of the mouth of Yah. You're not going to win. It's no way you're going to win. It's going to be like he said. And it's not going to be the way they say. The heathens and Gentiles, they are not after you. That's a lie from the pit of hell, from your own nation. Do you think that they would believe in Hananiah because he was a heathen or a Gentile? No, they would believe in him because he was from their own nation. And they figured, oh, I can believe him. I can trust in what he says. And he was lying because y'all had his, Jeremiah. He knew what he gave Nebuchadnezzar. We knew Nebuchadnezzar wasn't right, but that's the order Ahijah had called it to be. It's learning to, when you read, salute his chastising, salute his discipline, salute the father correction, salute his curses, salute his judgment, and stop running around here trying to justify and identify and lie to the people that it's the flesh of a man that's have the power to do these things to you. Give it back to where it belongs. It is the right hand of my Father. The power that started the beginning to the end and anything in between. Stop lying. They are not after you. You are after yourself right here. We're going to get to it. So that's why he wanted to make sure I start with Jeremiah, because he going to bring me back to Deuteronomy 28. Why do the Father want you to go back to Deuteronomy 28? Because he wants you to understand this is where this Hebrew Israelite movement started. And today is where it's going to end. Because I'm going to lay down what the Father has given me. And anybody who get it and don't get it, who hear it and don't hear it, it don't matter to the Father. He said, Deborah, speak it. It's gone out to the wind. That means anywhere it rests, it shall rest. It ain't about trying to get people to, in this day, we're in that day. So it ain't about, oh, you got to get them to understand this, understand that. You got to break this down. You got the precept. You got to line this. No, y'all said that's a lie from the pit of hell. Because when he say the Ruach will come and it will teach you all things, it didn't tell you that you would teach yourself or some man going to teach you. It said the Ruach HaKodesh will teach you all things. But you got to shut up and sit down and hear him in your spirit. Okay, now we're getting ready to go into this the way the Most High wants you to hear it. And he's wanted me to start with Deuteronomy 19. The reason why he's going back to Deuteronomy 19, he wants you to know that your own nation, the tribe of Judah, did exactly what Hananiah did. They rejected the yoke of iron that Ahijah had put on, that which he had allowed Nebuchadnezzar to be over. See, that's the issue. You see, Babylon, the United States and other surrounding, or not just surrounding, on the four corners, anybody that Ahijah have sunk the people, the tribe of Judah, I want to lean on that because this is another error the Father said. The reason why you all never, he said, y'all never question, okay, the Hebrew Israelite movement was never questioned. They jumped on that horse with them and just been riding it ever since into the darkness of lies. He said that they never questioned why is it the only one suffering is the tribe of Judah. These other ones, they gone on by their lives. They ain't gonna went through nothing. It's 12, but only one suffering. What's going on with the others? You see in the world. Come on now, tell the truth and shame the devil. You don't hear them telling you nothing. Because he's saying that they trying to get off out of something that he's speaking unto them. Now, in Deuteronomy 28, and the reason why he said we must go back to where they came out of to make this newfound religion against Ahijah. That's why Ahiah is saying, this is not against the heathens and Gentiles. This is against him. And it makes so much sense when he was telling me that today. I said, Father, that makes so much sense. And it helped me to understand these are the things he's been telling me in the years. I mean, in the last years, this is what he's been telling me. And I'm like, I can see that. That makes sense. That is so true. And that's why Sister Deborah can get on here and actually judge these sick people that's on this devil platform. I can actually judge them. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of things they say, I don't care how you have mastered Torah. I don't care how you have mastered Hebrew and Greek. You have mastered all the lost books and the found books. Have you mastered the teacher that has taught you spirit and truth? No, because you don't know where that's at. But Deuteronomy 28, that's where he's taking me. And the name of this message, this topic of this message, they are not after us. We are after ourselves. That makes a lot of sense. But you're gonna really gonna make some sense when Sister Deborah finished. Because what he did is, I said to him, I said, okay, now, Father, I done took them into this Deuteronomy 28 about 6-7 times, going over destroy. He said, I'm gonna take you a place you ain't been. And I'm like, okay, I think I like that. And you know what he did? He bumped my head all over the floor. Because I realized, I read that, but wow. Listen to this. Deuteronomy chapter 19. Okay. In Deuteronomy chapter 19, it says, 28 and 19, cursed shall thou be when thou come in, and cursed shall thou be when thou come out. That's what you call spirit and truth. You know what he's saying? I read that. I was so into destroy. Once he taught me what that was, I was just so happy because it made more sense in what I was understanding. But when he took me here today, so this is what I have said to you all twice since I've been on here in the last month. We're not coming out like the Hebrew Israelite movement has taught you all. They put a yoke of iron of wood around you all. Y'all say, stand down. I put a yoke of iron on you. Let's see if they take that off. I like that, Father, y'all. I like that. He said, tell them, see if they can take that off. Can you take that off? No, you can't. Because Ahiah just told Jeremiah the same thing with Hananiah. Hananiah put an iron of wood, and he said, I put an iron of a yoke around their neck of iron. Now take that off. And that's what he said. And what he's meaning, let's go there. In Deuteronomy 28 and 19, cursed shall thou be when thou come in it, and cursed shall thou be when thou go out. So understand this. You see how all of them lied? Said he's going to destroy Babylon, and he's going to whoop you away, and you just going to become all this and that. No, Sister Deborah told you you're going to be running for 2 or 3 years or a little longer with still your sick mind. Many going to fall off by the wayside, just like they did with the last Exodus. When they got over there, 100 died, all kind of got killed through Ahiah and through themselves. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Yes. Because that same sickness that he brought out of Egypt still rests within. Let me say that again. Why did you think when Ahiah had delivered them and they came with jewelry and wealth out of Egypt and in the land that Yah had prepared for them? A creator prepared you a land. And you mean to tell me you came out of captivity and you went to that land with the same mindset in the heart and the wickedness? You brought it straight to the land in which Yah had prepared for you? You see what I'm saying? It's not going to change, y'all. There's not going to be a change where Yah gonna save you and not save you, but deliver you out of this mindset of slavery and captivity. You're going to be destroyed here, running where he's going to lead you and direct you. But you're going to be cursed. What did he say? Now, see, you would never, all the time you all have been on this devil platform, have you heard a Hebrew Israelite man tell you, y'all, we're going to be cursed coming in and going out. They did what Hananiah did. A false prophet, a false teacher. Here it goes. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou comest out. Ahiah wants me to let you know that that cannot be smeared. Because if it could have, the Jews that's fake over in Israel would have done something with that. You see? But it was for us. And it's left here for those that Ahiah have chosen to give unto you the light. Because Sister Deborah have thirst. I've been to so many churches where I sit there and I can just hear every word they say. Before the pastor is called out for him to take them, before he come up to preach, I already know what his sermon going to be. And I'm already measuring what is a lie and what is truth. You see? I'm sitting way back on the back pew. This is all my life. You see what I'm saying? So it's a reason why I'm here today. You see, it ain't a reason because he has to have his to tell you all the truth. Because even your own nation will kill you quicker than the heathens and the Gentiles. He wants me to let you know that. When they sitting telling you, oh, they killing our men, they killing our people, they doing this and they doing this to us, they trying to destroy us. But baby, let me tell you something. Ahiah wants me to give you a word today. It's not them you need to be worried about. It's yourself and your nation. Because they might kill one black man. In your own nations, they killing 20 probably a day in this country, or maybe more. Each other. So he's saying you're lost without a cause. Because now that you're freely able to read and to desire and thirst for his drink and thirst for his word and thirst for who he is and seeking ye the kingdom of heavens first. You got all that before you and you still turn your tail backwards, blaming the heathens and Gentiles for who you are today. So if Ahiah said you're going to be cursed coming in, do that mean we're going to walk out of here and the curse is not going to be on us? Didn't Sister Deborah tell you all the end game is not what they said it was? They never told y'all that you're going to be cursed when you leave out of here. The same curse that you had on you, you're going to have that same curse on you when you leave out. That's what it says. Is that what y'all see? Do you have your Bible? Deuteronomy 28, verse 19. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. That's what the Most High wanted you all to know. And then he also got here. Where is it at? He wants you to go to Deuteronomy 28 and 42. He got me going this way for a reason. Deuteronomy 28 and 42. You know what? No. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is that right? No. Deuteronomy 28 and 46. I'm sorry. 46. It's 46. Deuteronomy 28 and 46. Hear this. For they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. They shall. You have to understand. These things that he's saying is the curse itself. Okay? So while they're telling y'all that we going to the promised land, they gave y'all only one option. This is how they set it up. We the people, they brought us over here on ships. They put us in slavery. Okay? And then they said that Ahiah is coming to take us to the New Jerusalem. They never gave you the end game. They never gave you the truth of the matter, which was spirit and truth. Even your seeds, and where it says in Deuteronomy 28 and 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. So if you're thinking for 1 minute we getting out of where we at right now. So when I'm gonna tell you something else he was telling me. If you're thinking we getting out of here with all our sickness and rebellion and disobedience, okay, as if he's not going to honor his curse itself. And this is why we're suffering so much today. It's because our men has lied to us. They have still, they did worse a lying than the heathens and Gentiles. Because after the heathens and Gentile time was up, here we are, have the opportunity to know spirit and truth, and chose to still rest in disobedience, rebellion, and stiff-neck. Rebellion is a form of not following rules. They don't ever want to follow rules. They don't want to follow rules in family. They don't want to follow rules as a husband. They don't want to follow rules as a son. You see, they don't want to follow no rules. They just want you to follow them. You see, they don't want to follow the curse itself and say, okay, Ahiah, we want to repent before thee. That's what they should have been bringing upon the people, the tribe of Judah. We need heavy repentance. We need to be at the throne of the Most High every chance we get. Oh, no. And he knew that they wouldn't. So let me tell you what he did. Let's go now to verse 44. Just listen. He bumped me up. I got him listed. 1, 2, 3, 44. And it reads, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt lend to him. Oh, no, that ain't it. That's not it. 45. Is that 45? 40. Wait a minute. Let me get that right. Oh, no. $45. I'm sorry. Let me get that down. What was this here? 44, 45. Moreover, this is Deuteronomy 28. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you. Now, what is y'all saying? All these curses. Why do we want to make him a lie and tell these doing me and you the king, you the leader? We hear you, you preach, and you telling the truth. Ahiah wants you to know in Deuteronomy 28, verse 45, it says, moreover, all of these curses shall come upon thee, okay, and shall pursue thee. That means you're going to be chasing you up and down and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of Ahiah. Didn't that's what they did over what Jeremiah had to tell Hananiah? Because what? They believed him and not Jeremiah. And that's why the father told Jeremiah, you go tell him. What did the father do? Took him out. Because I put a yoke of iron on them and gave them to Nebuchadnezzar. And you wouldn't turn around and put a yoke of wood, and which is a lie, to make it easy. Because you can crack wood, but iron, try cracking that out. So this is what he's saying. He's saying in 45, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hast hearkened not unto the voice of Ahiah, to keep his commandments, his status, which he commanded thee. So we're thinking that we can get over here and we're awakening. We the people. We in the newfound religion, Hebrew Israelite. Now we're going to keep the commandments and we're going to keep his status and we're going to do. No. Do all that you want. The only thing you can do is seek him while he gave you the mercy and grace too. Because he's not going to cut this curse out because you decided you want to keep the commandments and the status. He's saying, wait a minute, let me tell you, you ain't kept them from the beginning to you won't be able to keep them from the beginning to the end. I already know that. I've been there, done that. I already knew all that. So what I put in here is going to be what I said. Verse 45 of Deuteronomy 28. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearken not. Because this is all these curses is coming because the tribe of Judah, because the tribe of Judah, because the the tribe of Judah, hearken not unto the voice of Ahiah, to keep his commandments and his status which he commanded. So he's not finna buckle up on this curse, because today you want to keep the commandments and the status, even though he know you ain't got it in your heart to do it. But yet he said, I'm not cutting out on this curse. This curse gonna stand. All of it. That's what he said. Moreover, all these curses. Let's go on. Verse 48. Deuteronomy 48. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemy. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemy, which Ahiah shall sin against thee. They are not after us, y'all. They lied. They lied. And I'm gonna make it clear when I do the whole overall. Listen to this where they lied. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemy, which Ahiah shall send. He send thee in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until thou have destroyed thee. Ain't that deep? They lied. And you rather believe they lie and walk around here running and checking out all these videos, hearing these men lie to y'all. Y'all living a lie still. Just as the Israelites that came out of Egypt. That's why they got left in the promised land and they all died. Don't think those people going to come up and be saved. Don't let nobody tell you that. It's a lot of lies being taught to y'all. They never accepted the will of the Father for them. Even after he brought them past that sea, parted that sea, let them come straight down dry land. Gave them the wealth to take with them. It didn't matter what he gave them and what he done and what they saw with their own eye, what they heard. It didn't matter. They were who they were in their hearts. And that's what y'all say. You can run your mouth. You can get on this devil platform and make as many videos as you want. When it all said and done, I know your heart. I know your intent. It's like your forefathers. Stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient against this world. No, against me first and then the world. So you just, that means you messed up from the floor up. If you disobedient toward the Creator, you rebellion toward the Creator, you disobedient toward the Creator, you stiff-necked toward the Creator, then what are you in this world? You see what I'm saying? So you sitting and battling that you all let in some and they are after us. You have lied to manipulate the people to believe a lie. They are not after you. Only thing that they have to do is destroy you here. Why? Because Ahiah said, there shall thou serve thy enemy, which Ahiah shall send against thee, in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, in want, or in all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck until thou be destroyed. And then you run back, make sure you put Jeremiah 28 and verse 12 down to 16. Same thing happened with Nebuchadnezzar. When the other false prophet went feeding the people, telling them, oh, that ain't true. That's exactly what they doing today, y'all. Saying Deuteronomy 28, we don't have no end game. They just bothering us. They doing us like this. They trying to kill us. They trying to do, no, baby. No. Ahiah says in the year 2022, they not after you. You after yourself. So while you sitting and you're saying they doing this and they doing this and they doing this, Ahiah saying, yeah, they doing it. My order. That was my order. And because, this is the thing, because you refusing to see that was my mighty right hand on your tail, that put that yoke of iron on your neck, it's going to get harder than you ever could imagine. But what you going to do to escape it, you're going to lie. That's why them others was left in the promised land. I mean, over in the wilderness. That's why they got left over there. because they never will own up to spirit and truth. They never did. Hey, wait a minute. It's no way we could have came across that dry land, that sea opened up, and we saw them drown the whole army of Egypt, Pharaoh. And what would make you believe that? You was the clouds and everything that led you by night and led you by day. Make sure your shoes weren't worn out. Make sure you weren't hungry. Making sure you had water. Making sure that you had everything on your journey when you just left prison, captivity, where you were beaten and killed. And then he's taking you to a wilderness that he prepared for you, for himself. And you ain't got sense enough to go in it and give him glory and give him praise like unto today. You're over in this captivity, rejecting the curse itself. So Ahia want me to tell you, you ain't going up against the heathens. You have gone up against him as normal. As normal, because you're not teaching the people the truth so that they can prepare their spirit man to seek Ahia. And Ahia can shield them because they have thirst to know, where do we go from here, Father? These ignorant people on this doing devil platform think they need to go to a platform and hear these people lie to them. And y'all said, no, you come to me. I don't want to put the yoke of iron on your tail and you lying saying the heathen. I don't want to judge you and curse you and you lying telling them that it's the heathen. I don't want to put you in captivity and put you in slavery and you lying telling the people that that's the heathens. They not after you. You after yourself, because I have put a yoke of iron on you and you can't get out of that. Try it. Oh, you don't want to tell your people that I got the yoke of iron on them. Okay, don't tell them. They'll learn it. Let them keep living. And if they don't learn it, my people perish due to lack of knowledge. They still gonna get up out of here not knowing spirit and truth, because they decided to believe a man and a woman over Ahia. You can't do that. So devil ain't never believed in no human being over my father, because he proven himself to me since I was a little girl. What would I look like believing you? Okay, so he took me there, and then he took me here, and then he wants me to go to, Deuteronomy 28 and 28. 28 and 28. Now, this is where the blindness come from, in a sense of sleeping. They did just simply given up. These are those who have given up, and you wonder why they're in the Christian church. They in something. They got to be somewhere, because they're not seeking Ahia. So they got to be somewhere, y'all. And even if they're in a Christian church, no matter where they at, they got to be somewhere, because they've already lost it up here. I said 85%, but after the Father is showing me this here today, it might be closer than 85%. We gone, y'all. That's what you want, though. Because when he break you, that's when he make you. Let me say that again. When he break you, that's when he make you. You see, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28. Ahia shall smite thee with madness. That means crazy, y'all. Don't you see all? See, I was telling y'all in the last 3 or 4 months, our men are out here walking around like crazy. You can tell they gone. And you don't hear them preaching it on this darn devil part. They ain't teaching it. They ain't sending no help. They ain't sending a helping hand. They ain't helping. They ain't even giving a rat's behind to do anything but get you on this devil platform and deceive you that somebody else is bothering us. They trying to kill us. They doing all this to us. They did this. They did that. They doing this. But what they don't understand, y'all said you have rejected me since the beginning of time. I done called you out. I done told you I put the yoke of iron. What was that, 48? What did he say? Therefore shall thy enemies, which Ahia shall sin against thee. You see? Ahia has done these things unto us. But the best way we're dealing with is what way we always deal with everything. A liar, stiff-necked rebellion toward what he already told us. He got it just as clear, but I'm going to tell y'all something that's kind of deep. And I thought that the saddest part about it You want me to tell y'all the saddest part about it? The heathens has already mastered this. That's where they're getting their movies and their whole thing from. They already mastered this, y'all. Y'all still the one ignorant, running around here with a yoke of wood on your neck, thinking a man can come and tell you that it's not a yoke of iron, which is a higher yoke of iron around your neck. And that yoke of wood can be cut off. That's what they're doing. That's why he said, don't start with Deuteronomy 28. You go back, Deborah, to Jeremiah 28 and 14 through 16, and you'll see the prophet back, how the false prophet lied to the people and told them that there was a wooden yoke of iron, a wooden yoke on their neck. And that way, you can saw off wood. It can come off. But the yoke of iron, y'all keep on walking in that darkness if you want to and believing what these people are telling you. Okay? So in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28, Ahiah wants you to know. For Ahiah shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Your heart going to be astonished. You're going to be, what the crap going? You see what I'm saying? But listen to what it said, madness. There go that madness. See, y'all don't understand. When you break here, y'all got you on the other side. But until then, and from what the look of it, I understand how and why I salute the small remnant in which he has chosen. I salute the narrow gate that leads to life. I salute those who it will not be fooled by those who have taught you all these years a lie. Your own nation. They're not after you. You after yourself. Because you know what I was thinking, y'all? I thought like this. I say, okay, Father Ahiah, you already gave me the example in my spirit of what it's going to be like when we stand and we have to be judged and we're going to be held accountable. You mean to tell me we're going to have to stand before him and be accountable for the fact that we didn't respect his judgment nor his curse? We rather believe, man, that the yoke of iron, it wasn't a yoke of iron, it was a yoke of wood. Instead of the yoke of iron that Ahiah had placed, you're going to stand before him not even able to just stand still, because you know everything he already has and what he was is finished. You ain't got nothing else to say. Because all this time, you rather hear the mouth of a man than to hear the mouth of the Creator. He telling you what he did, and you all saying, they did it. They did it. He said, no, they didn't put the iron on you. I did. I caused the enemies to do did. Now listen to Deuteronomy 28 and 28. And Ahiah shall smite thee. Wait a minute. With madness. Wait a minute, Ahiah. Ahiah, hold up. Father, y'all, hold up. You mean you gonna do that? You mean you gonna make a madness and blindness? Oh, Father, y'all. They don't even know that, Father, y'all. They're running around saying, they did it. Gone. But not only are they gone in the natural mind, they're gone in the spirit mind. And that's what I think is even sadder. That's what I think is sad. Because when you reject Yah himself and that power, only thing left for you is the lake of fire. That's it. The only thing left for you is the lake of fire. You ain't gonna reject that. Maybe it might feel good to you because you reject everything he done said and he done done. I couldn't imagine someone living all their lives and never communed or had any belief in who he is, what he was, what he is, and what he's going to be. I just couldn't imagine that. But I'm sure there's many, but they will be the ones he knew from heaven that wouldn't be in the book of Lamb, book of life, to return back to him. If you didn't know me then, you don't know me now. You don't know me then, you don't know me now. If you don't know me then, you ain't gonna know me now. You see, a lot of people don't get that. And that's what you call spirit and truth. The truth of the matter. That it ain't what you say it is, it's what he said that it is. Now, in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28, Ahiah shall smite thee. Oh no, the heathens, the Gentiles. Ahiah shall smite thee. Oh no, it's the Gentiles and the heathens doing it to us. With the madness. Didn't Sister Deborah tell you y'all gonna go mad? And blindness and astonishment of heart. But as he continued on giving me these verses, let me go on and finish what he was saying. And in verse, we did the 48, in verse 61, Deuteronomy 61, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Ahiah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Who you think he talking to? See how we messed up? We went and believed the Hebrew Israelite movement and the Hebrew Israelite awakening over Ahiah. We never saluted the words that proceed out of his mouth. Instead, we salute today, praise, honor, glorify, magnify the mouth of these men and women telling us out of their flesh. And he already warned you, they come in big time, false prophets and false teachers. He allowed them to come big time, because when I send mine, you ain't gonna listen to mine. So I'm gonna let those come where you gonna listen to them, because that's who you are. You're a part of who they are. They false and you false too, so you gonna hear them and they gonna hear you. That's how many of them on these devil platforms praising these people, liking and subscribing, glorifying them and honoring them. Have nothing have they ushered to the Father. But that's on them. You are your Father's children for sure. Because if you don't give it to him, you got to give it to Satan. Okay, so in verse 61 of Deuteronomy 28, verse 61, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in this book of the law, them will I, Ahiah, bring upon thee until thou art destroyed. Okay, then he went to 62. And ye shall be left in few numbers, wherein ye were as the stars of heaven, for the multitude, because thou wouldst not obey the voice of the Most High Ahiah. See, what was it? What was it you wouldn't obey? The voice. What was it? The voice. What was it? The voice of the Most High Ahiah. You see? Oh no! It was the heathens and the Gentiles did it to us. You see what I'm saying? That was their lie. They got you all wrong. Woo, we the people. We the people. That's what they got you with. Then y'all said, I got a small remnant. I got a small remnant. And y'all said, we all going. Y'all, you better watch it, because that has been smeared. Be careful. So when you read it with the Ruach HaKodesh on your left, on your right, in the back of you, and you for sure got to have him in front. But without that, him around you and you reading out of your flesh and out of man's flesh. Their understanding, your understanding. Their wisdom, your wisdom. Their knowledge and your knowledge out of y'all flesh. If you can't come in one in unity with the Ruach HaKodesh, you better kick rocks somewhere and sit down. You ain't got nothing coming. In verse 20, Deuteronomy 28, verse 62, and ye shall be left few in numbers. Now, that's what I was battling with, because I said, Father Yah, we dropped down from 16% of the population here in this country all the way down to 13%. And I said, I can salute that, Father, because the tribe of Judah think they big dogs. They don't understand. You are not the number that once was in the sight of Abraham's, was given to the sight of Abraham. You are not that, baby. You are not that, Judah. You're not only that, you study killing and destroying your own nation and pointing to the heathens at the same time. Pow, pow, I'm going to kill my brother. I'm going to kill these women. I hate them. They this and they that. I'm going to kill them this. I'm going to kill my children. I'm going to kill my mother. Ooh, let me kill my brother. Oh, watch out. The heathen's trying to kill me. You see what I'm saying? If that's not messed up from the floor up, something wrong somewhere. And that's what's going on. Sister Deborah don't have to lie. Because the whole world is showing it. And you walking around riding a lie that they done fed you and they continue to feed you. And you keep riding it. Like they telling you something. Like you getting a full meal, good deal for your spirit. And you ain't getting nothing but a bunch of lies. Deuteronomy 28:62. And ye shall be left few in numbers, wherein ye were as stars of the heavens for the multitude, because thou wouldn't not obey. So Yah is telling you, I cut y'all tails down in small numbers. Life and death is in his hand. So he's telling you, you was once like this, but now you're down to this number. Who did it? Ahijah, Ahijah. He said it right here. Voice of Ahijah, thy Yah. I said it, and I mean it, and I did it. Now go tell that instead of he. Oh yeah, let's go over and tell. Y'all brothers and sisters, y'all got to understand. These heathens doing this. These heathens. No. If you and I reject, dishonor, profane, disrespect, rebellion, disobedient, stiff-necked to the Father, the Creator, y'all. I ain't talking about no man, no president, Trump and Biden and all that old bull crap. I'm talking about the Creator that we do these things to. I'm not talking about a heathen. I'm not talking about a Hebrew Israelite king. I'm talking about the Creator we did these things to. And he's sitting here telling y'all, let me tell y'all what y'all did toward me. Let me tell you how you treated me. Let me tell you what you said to me, how you done me, how you worship idol gods on the devil platform. You decided to take men and women and make them your idols, and you praise and you honor them and you glorify them in what they said. You've been doing this for a mighty long time. But I got my curse riding on you. And because y'all love each other so much, I tell you what, keep believing the lie. I'll see you on the other side. And that's what he's doing. That's what he did. He even telling you, you used to be in numbers. You ain't that no more. So you can see why his remnant is so small. You can see why his gate is so narrow. Because he's telling you, you are so darn wicked that you ain't even the number in which, likened to the sand in the seas and the stars in the sky. Y'all number so little that I only have a small remnant. And the gate that leads to life eternal, oh, it's narrow. So he's sending all kind of signs, just like he sent Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 is something that if we were to get in it and use it, we should have used it properly. That's all Sister Deborah is saying. It would have made us be at a different place than we are today. That's why you ever wonder why they never united, they never come together, why they still today rebuking one another. You got a prophetess over here, want every man to salute her because she got the answer, she got the keys, she know the word, and she don't know nothing but what her daddy done taught her and she done taught herself. Because when it all said and done, I don't hear no spirit and truth coming out of her mouth. None whatsoever. But you want everybody to salute you as if you are God. It's just amazing how they start a mess just to have people coming after them, because coming after them make them feel, oh, I'm truly the woman of God. I'm truly the man of God because they after me. They coming after me. They gone here. And as you read Deuteronomy 28, and I think it's unjust for any and every last one of y'all to get up on here and read and refuse. And I'm going to tell you the truth. That's the spirit that he gave me. He told me they refused ever to read the full Deuteronomy 28. And I said, Father, they must. It must be like that because look at their state of mind. They refuse to read the whole Deuteronomy because it tells you how he felt about you before he put the curse on you. It's just like a father. Before he disciplining his child, he tell him, okay, this is why I'm disciplining you. That's a good father. And that's what Yah did. And he said, Deborah, they skipped me telling them why I'm disciplining them and how long the punishment is. They turned that away too, Deborah. He said, so when you coming and hooping and hollering, telling me all you see, he said, go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 34. And then I go to Deuteronomy 28 and 34. He said, this is for you. That's what he said. He said that this here is for you. So, Deuteronomy 28 and 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. Who you think that is? Who you think he's talking about going to be mad for the sight of what they can see? Somebody who knows spirit and truth. They're going to see it for what it is. You all today don't see nothing because you believe what you heard out of the mouth of men and women and never heard it as Yah created it to be. Starting off with a father disciplining his children. Johnny, I'm asking you, don't do that. Johnny, go do it. Johnny, please don't do that. Johnny, go do it. Johnny, I ask you not. About 10 times, okay, that's it. I'm going to have to discipline you. So what was the 10 times? The same issue Johnny kept doing 10 times. So y'all said, okay, I plead, I beg, I cried. I did everything I can. And I know it ain't going to change because I saw this before the foundation of the world, but I'm finna move this wheel. Exactly. I'm finna walk this wheel into my word just as I have had it before the foundation of the world. Bam. Now, how you like me now? How you like me now? Johnny got his tail whooped. Johnny got his tail whooped. And guess what? It was a butt whooping he's going to remember. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Woo, Father Yah. Okay, Deuteronomy 28. That's something he going to remember. Even though he keep telling his friends, I got a butt whooping for nothing. I ain't done nothing. Who whooped you? Mama? No, tell the truth. Daddy. You see what I'm saying? Mama represents the Hebrew Israelite, not the Hebrew, the heathens and the Gentiles. Stop lying, said Ahiah. Tell them I tore your tail up. How you like me now? Okay? And it's going to steal. You're going to remember that tail whooping. They gonna remember the tail whooping. How long, Father Yah? How long? Let me see how long you got on here. They gonna remember the tail whooping. Where is it at? Until thou art destroyed. That's how long the tail whooping you got. It's gonna be remembered. Father Yah, Father Yah, help me. So, Deuteronomy 28, let's go to 63. We got another one for you. Deuteronomy 28 and 63. What I like about Deuteronomy 28 and 62, he said they would not obey. So there was no time while we're in captivity that we're going to obey God. You see what I'm saying? But no matter what, y'all always got his. A ram in the bush. Y'all always got his set aside. You see? Okay. Verse 63. And it should come to pass Deuteronomy 28 and 63. And it shall come to pass that as a higher rejoice over you to do you good and to multiply you, so Yahweh will rejoice over you to destroy you. So when you look at Sister Deborah, see her laughing and crying, sometimes that's what laughing to where she got to cry. That's what it has to be, to endure it until the end. That's why I tell y'all, I'm not coming out. I'm not coming out. Destroy this, Father, because it's messed up from the floor. Because I know once he break you, he gonna make you. And that's what people don't understand. That's where they messed up. That's where that really it is. Because they thinking, oh no, we gonna fight back. That's that hand that Jacob said shall always be in the neck of their enemy, because they gonna always want to fight back toward the enemy y'all put them under. Woo! They gonna always try to fight back toward the enemy in which Ahijah has placed them under. So when they fight back with the enemy, who are they fighting back with? Come on, somebody in the live chat. When they fight back with the enemy, who are they fighting back with? They are not after you. You after yourself. So when you fight back with the enemy, you're fighting back against Yah. So what happened with the other prophet that Jeremiah had to tell him he was going to die? Y'all took his tail out of here. I ain't playing with you. You want to make these people think the yoke that's on their neck with Nebuchadnezzar is something that you can put on it of wood that can be sawed off. I'll tell you what, that yoke is iron. Same thing here. Same thing here. You just can't take that yoke off. That's Yah. So if you want to continue to run this here journey in this captivity as if it's something that we can fight and we can defeat and we're preparing for, you lost it. Yes, somebody come after you. You have every reason, way you can defend yourself. Sure. That's not, no. And protect your family or whatever. But if you think you can protect your family, you go right ahead and protect your family. Because if it's in your hand, it's out of Yah's hand. Okay? So know that too. See, that's another thing they don't understand. David, when he had to war, he know his tail wasn't winning. When he did that slingshot, y'all know he didn't kill that giant. That was the mighty right hand of the Father. Knocked that sucker dead. See, nobody want to give the credit to who it's due. When we talk about, let me show you how we do him. The house of Israel. This is how we do him. When we talk about David and Moses and Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, and we talk about Jeremiah and Israel, not Isaiah and Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel, we talk about all of them. We give them high glory, but we don't even understand it ain't nothing they did. It's our Father in the heaven. It was his mighty right hand all the time. And we run the right. You remember when Israel had to go out and they was fighting for land and getting this and this. Yah had defeated them before they even got there. He just didn't let them see it. You see what I'm saying? It was, how did he do it, Deborah? With that right hand, that mighty power that you all too ignorant to know about because you reject it from the beginning. So you're going to reject it to the end. And that's where you rest there in. Now, in verse, chapter Deuteronomy 28 and verse 63, and it shall come to pass that as Ahijah rejoice over you to do good and to multiply you, so Ahijah will rejoice over you to destroy you and bring you to naught. So while you thinking that we as a people can fight back, like Jacob said to Judah, you don't have your neck in your enemy, or your hand in your neck, in the enemy's neck. That means he'll always be fighting the heathens and the Gentiles. He'll always be fighting the heathens, thinking he can fight back, he can win. But not with this one, baby. You got a yoke on your neck from the Most High, and these men telling you all this lies, and they got you right where they want you, and where you gonna stay till your judgment come upon you. Okay. Now he says, and to And Yah will rejoice over you to destroy you. Who's going to destroy you? Who's going to destroy you? Wait a minute. It's the heathens. It's the heathens. It's the heathens in the Gentile house of Israel. Tribe of Judah. It's the heathens doing it to us. And what does Ahiah say right here? So Ahiah will rejoice over you to destroy you and bring you to naught. So this is why I said it was a time where we was holding 16%. We're down to 13. Now, if they do the count now, we're probably less than that because we're killing each other up. We sitting here talking about they killing us. Baby, stop that lying to your sisters and your brothers. Stop lying. You're killing yourself up. How can somebody destroy your neighborhood when you won't clean up your neighborhood? You won't cut your grass. You won't do nothing in decency and order. This is who you are, y'all. This is who you are. And you can sit and make it look like Sister Deborah bothering you, like the heathens bothering you. But baby, everybody, this one thing I noticed that nobody believed. All of this mess gonna end. It's gonna end, baby. Believe it or not, it's already in him. He didn't seen it. He didn't seen the end. That's why he tried to tell us, y'all, the victory is already won. I defeated everything, got it like just like I wanted my will. It's finished. While we running around here waiting for the next message to come on YouTube to tell us about what we can do today. Baby, it is finished. It is over. All we have to do is grip on to his garment and pray that he keep us. All right, he gonna do that as long as you, because if you make it to that, if you make it to his altar and you grip his garment, you in there, baby. You are in there. When he allow you to come to his altar and you grip onto that garment, oh, that's it. You in there. I don't care what you do. You can grab that which is going to hold on to you, and that is his garment. But you're going to have to come through Yeshua HaMashiach and knowing what Yeshua and HaMashiach is, because you can't just come and don't know how you're going to get to the Ruach, how the Ruach going to get to you. It's going to do through the power of that right hand. That's why it always said, you have to come through Yeshua HaMashiach, because HaMashiach is the power that ushers the Ruach in you. You see, they don't know nothing about that. They could care less. They want to switch things around so that they can get you to believe them. So many people want to be recognized. Isn't that sad? Around about this day, I was talking to this lady. I don't want to be recognized. I don't want to be uplifted and praised. Not all these sick minds is out here today, because it wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be real, y'all. But these people on this devil platform, they are likened to Oprah, Tyler Perry, Beyonce. They can talk about Beyonce all day long. Only reason why they talking, because they jealous, envy. Why? Because she getting something that they want to receive. They sit and they talk about all that wicked and evil and can't even see. They live right next door to it. Right next door. They can ring. You can ring a Beyonce doorbell and she can ring yours. That's how majority of the people on this devil platform saying a higher is, because they see praises coming to them. They won't be glory. They want to be lifted up like Beyonce. And because Beyonce beat them to the punch, they go after, oh, she did and she did. But baby, you right, you live right next door to her. Matter of fact, y'all share the same doorbell. So that's how close your wickedness is, where your heart is at. A lot of people thinking that, okay, I can manipulate a higher like I have done the world. I have done my family. I have done my friends. I have done on my workplace. I can get away with did everywhere I go. But what people don't know, you're going to be held accountable. You're going to be judged for two ends. So first of all, you're going to be judged on the earth. And you're going to be judged in the heavens. But everybody believe that, hey, I'm getting away with every and anything. When you see people pass away, they ain't gone away. They ain't got away with nothing. Baby. No, it ain't over until a higher said that it's over. But this is what he said in verse 63 of Deuteronomy 28. And bring you to naught. That means we're going to be few in numbers. And ye shall be plucked from off the land whether thou goest to possess it. So he's letting people know, you go tell people about land. You get all the land you want and all the property. This is what he was saying to me today. He said, Deborah, they really think that they can prepare. They really think that they can prepare to defeat what I have said. And they have. He said they have. That's what they've been doing. They've been working on it. See, they thinking they preparing because of what the heathen's going to do and how they going to do this. Let me go get all, like Pastor Dow. Let's go get all these guns and learn how to shoot, put away food and animals and crop and land. They thinking that they're going to defeat Ahia because the only one set that there for them is him. So who are you defeating? So can somebody talk to me? Who are you fighting? He said, going in, you're going to be cursing coming out. So whatever's going on in this land, you still cursed. But tell me, who are you fighting against? Ahia. You ain't fighting against the heathens. You want to make the people think you preparing for them and what they're doing. But y'all say, what did he say? Take this day as if it's your last. Day by day, give me my daily bread. People are praying that prayer every day and lying. He's telling me, give me my daily bread. People saying, nope, we're going to pack up for a year. We're going to get everything we need. See, that shows you they really are not who you think that they are because they're trying to prepare way and beyond to counteract this. And guess what? We ain't going out. We ain't getting out of it until we are gone here. See, he set it up to where our minds are gone. That is destroyed. And what we have done as the tribe of Judah, we have fought him all the way. We have fought with Ahia against what he said in Deuteronomy 28. We went up against him and we have fought, and that's what we fight. And that's why we're killing one another. That's why we're destroying one another. That's why we can't unite or can't do anything, because we chose to fight against what he has already said. Instead of saluting it, I see where you're coming from, Father Ahia. I know we ain't this. I know we ain't that. I understand you. I agree. I salute all of it as if I have accepted and deserve everything that you have. That's what he wanted us to do. But we know, they're going to fight to the end. Why? Because Jacob told Judah, your neck going to be in the neck of your hand's going to be in the neck of your hand going to be in the neck of your enemy. That's what he's talking about. Always trying to fight the enemy. So how is Judah fighting the enemy with his hand if your mighty hand is the victorious one? You see, that gives you something to think about, don't it? So why Jacob saying that about Judah? Because that's who we are, stanky tails are. Always trying to fight against something instead of letting y'all's right hand be the battle. He said, this is not, it's no war here, y'all. He said, Deborah, tell them ain't no war going on. Only war going on is nation between nation, people against their own people. And that's what's happening to Judah. In broad daylight are we doing that. That means clearly seen. People turn around and they see them killing, shooting each other. They turn their head this way. They see them killing and shooting each other. They turn their head, look in the back. They see them killing and shooting and destroying each other. They look in the front. They see them killing, shooting in each other, and they ain't got nothing to say. The heathens bothered us. But what about your nation against your own nation? What's going on with that? Because we are ugly people, and we always be. That's something we need to take to the altar of the Most High in repentance. We have wronged you since you have cared, give, and gave us all this time, and we have wronged you. And where people get off thinking they don't have to come to that level, you don't have to come there. Only one goes there. Is those that he has elected. They know who he is. They know what he's doing. They understand his every move toward his will and his way. Now, there is a Jeremiah, he got me on. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 9. Let's see what that, and then I'm going to give you a little something else he had given me. I think I wrote it down. At least I hope I did. I remember Jeremiah chapter 4. chapter 4. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 9. Now, what is Jeremiah saying here? See, and if people thinking that everything that everybody's saying is wrong, y'all shut your darn mouth and listen to us. That's the way they mindset is set. Jeremiah, and he already said, you never listen to my words. That's what Ahia said. That's why you where you at. It's because you never listen to my words. And he's telling, why would he be wrong for you to be right? Stupid. Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 9. And it shall come to pass that at that day, I love to hear that day, said Ahia, that the heart of the king shall perish, and the heart of the princess, and the priest shall be astonished, and the prophets shall wonder. He throwing down. So when you finish with all these positions you trying to be, I'm a king, I'm a leader, I'm a Maureen, I'm a watchman, I'm a seer, I'm a pastor, I'm a Levite priest, I'm a this, you ain't a nothing but a lost spirit and a lost flesh, because you ain't come to know spirit and truth of the matter of the will of a higher. So that ends that topic. They are not after us, we are after ourselves. And Yah wants me to let you know what he mean by that. First of all, if Deuteronomy then already told you Ahia is going to allow different plagues that is not written in the book to come up upon us because of what we continue to do in our hearts. He said what he mean, and he mean what he said. Those are words that proceed out of his mouth that we keep rejecting. And now it makes sense why the Hebrew Israelite men wouldn't cover the whole Deuteronomy 28, because they wanted to manipulate you and deceive you at its highest. And the women too. They never told you the fullness. You see? So come in. So this is how they did, and this is what they did throughout time. So now where we at is stuck in stupid, because it ain't going to be no other way that we say it and our people are telling us it is. So here in what else did he give me? He's saying that they can't do no more to us than they have already did. Okay? Meaning they can continue what they have already done, and he's not going to stop them. He's not going to stop them. Why? He was explaining to me this morning when I was in the car regarding this whole topic. He asked me, he said, do you know why they must come down? And when they come down, all of their seeds are going to fall and be destroyed. He's talking about the heathens and even the Gentiles. A lot of them going along with the heathens, because a lot of y'all don't know their mindset is one of a kind. You know, what they doing is role playing and clowning just like you are. But you can't afford to clown, because he's going to treat you different than he treat them. Okay? Because he chose you to respect him. He knows where they were going from the beginning. He knows where you're going too. But his expectation was that somewhere you're going to see all that he has done and how he always felt about you and how he always kept you, even your forefathers and everything, but you never did, because that shows you the level of your hearts, of you and your forefathers. Okay? But he's saying that, he told me this morning, which I'm going to tell you, this is why I say I know I'm learning. He told me that the heathens had, what they did is, and the Gentiles, they had took the curse. They mastered it. They knew exactly what they were allowed to do, because it was already said what they were going to do, right? So they had a book and a guide to understand how they could do us, or how the things was going to happen to us. So when you see them treating us less than human, you wondering, how can a flesh of someone think that we have the same blood, saying everything. If she died, she want my heart. Well, wait a minute. If I'm less than human, why do you want my heart? Why do you want my blood if I'm not human? You get what I'm saying? They know this here, y'all. That's y'all who rejected. You know how the Hebrew Israelite men said, this book is for us. This book is about us. This is our history. But yet they have not brought it to their bosom at all. They have not accepted it at all. You see what I'm saying? They run their ugly mouth, but there's nothing in their spirit that says, I honor and respect what he is saying out of his mouth. The word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. They don't have none whatsoever. They have only respect in what they teaching, what they believe, and what they're saying. So Ahia is saying to me this morning, do you know, this is the question Ahia asked me. He said, do you know why I'm going to destroy them from one end to the other? I said, because they're wicked and evil. He says, beyond that. It's because they knew. While we weren't able to master this, they master it. That's how they end up. You know, it was years ago when I was like 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. I used to see movies. And honestly, the movies even represent how things are today. I'm serious. He said, because they knew this. Something we failed to master because we want to come out of it. Kings and leaders and rulers and battle and fight. And, oh, we can control. No, baby. Go back. You in captivity. What are you talking about? You under oppressors. What are you talking about? See how they messed up? See how their minds got boosted and boasted and uplifted beyond what Yah is saying in Deuteronomy 28? That's why a lot of them that I'm saying they got theirs coming, because not only did they step and kick on the words that proceed out of his mouth in Deuteronomy 28, they totally disrespected by not telling the people the truth, where the heathens took the truth and used it to the best of their abilities. But one thing they did, what was it they did? Who in the live chat can tell me what the heathens did that's going to cause y'all to destroy them from up all the way down, and even come judgment, the lake of fire is going to be enlarging just for them? What did they do? Anybody know? Because when the Most High said it to me, I answered it, but I was shocked. I still was shocked because I really didn't know. What was it that the heathens and the Gentiles did that stepped out of the guidelines of Deuteronomy 28? They mastered it. And it's sad for me to say that, but the truth should never be sad. I'm going to put it like that. The truth should never be sad. They mastered it. They mastered this Deuteronomy 28. They knew what they could do. But what did they do? What did they do that took them overboard? Now, one of you could tell me. And if you can't tell me, it's nothing wrong with that. But it shows that you need to go back to Deuteronomy 28 and read it from the beginning, when he was crying and begging us. And you can hear his cries spiritual. If you got his spirit, you should be able to hear him as a father concerned about his child. That's what was going on in Deuteronomy 28. I see that no one in the live chat knows what the people did. I didn't know. I knew it, but I didn't get the fullness the way Ahia told me today. Anybody happen to know? Okay, let me tell you. He said, Deborah, if you go back to Deuteronomy 28, I never told them. I never opened up for them to kill. To kill. And he said they start killing the moment they got him on the ship. Have you heard where he said the sea gonna have to give up its dead? Y'all don't even know the dead that went into that sea, do you? Yep. That's what he's talking about. But that's what they did. They killed. He never told you in Deuteronomy, and thou shalt kill them. Y'all never said that. Destroy was to mess this mind up. In Atlanta, I used to hear guys that used to talk to me, and they used to tell me that they broke us mentally. They used to call it broke. They broke us mentally. So believe it or not, they were on it. And that's what y'all was saying. They were allowed to destroy that end. The yoke of iron being on you and everything being stripped from you will cause you to be broken here. But y'all say I never told them to kill. And the moment they were allowed to take you all, they began killing you all. From the time they came to seize you all and get you and bring you over here, they was killing you on ships and so on. And even when they got you over here. And that's one of the main things they start doing is killing. And that's not in here, telling them to do that. They stepped their boundaries. But y'all say, I did not stop. Just like I did not stop the tribe of Judah today when he killed his brother. He killed his father. He kills his women. He kills his wife. He kills his children. Do you see me running to stop him? See, y'all don't know who y'all messing with. He did not stop them even to today, the tribe of Judah. Nor did he stop them from hanging them, the tribe of Judah, on trees and burning them up and castrating them and raping the men and raping the women. Y'all didn't stop none of it. None of it. But he knew that the judgment in which he has was so firm come judgment that everything would be settled in that lake of fire. You see? Because the whole earth is off course. So that means the heathen and us. Babe, what, you going to work already? So you just came over. I'm sorry, you all. You just came over to say, I'm gone? Or because I'm on here? Is that why?
I don't know how long this song you was going to be.
Okay, so did you want to talk to me or something?
No, it's not now. When I was just stopping by.
You just stopping by?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking maybe it was something that you was.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay then. So I'm going to continue and thanks. Lock the door for me when you go out, please.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. See you later.
Right.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right. So I'm sorry, but be careful, Jonah.
All right.
Okay. So we're after ourselves because we are addicted to the fact that they are doing something to us to the point where you can tell we're gone. We can't see what we're doing to ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And each other. But we can see what they're doing. But you notice we cannot see what we're doing in our community. He said that shows me. See, Deborah, it shows you that this has been destroyed. You see, that's the part he allowed them to do so many things to you till they break you right here. And this is destroyed. And it had to be, 18 years ago when I was in Atlanta? Or was it that? No, it wasn't that long. It wasn't 18 years. Yeah, how long? What was it? Yeah, about 9 years, 9 years, something like that. But yes, it was a long time. That's when I first got there. I used to talk to people. I used to talk to men and women. Everywhere I go, I used to talk to people. I cried and I talked. I talked to the father and I talked to get to know, well, what's this deal? You wanted me to come here. What's this about? You know, and in that process, I've heard many of men minister to me about they feel that they have broke us mentally. And to me, they were on it. These darn Negroes on these platforms, they don't know they left from their right. They really don't. So you know how it says when you look back over your life, you think back because the Ruach, one of his characteristics is to bring things to your remembrance. And as I'm speaking to you, I'm thinking about the guys that used to tell me and minister to me when we were talking about the Most High. They used to minister to me and tell me that they believe that the white people have truly broke the black people in mind, and that they was on it all the time. That's what it is here. and to this is destroyed. But what I want y'all to understand in Deuteronomy says you're going to come in cursed and you're going out cursed. So when you're traveling to the promised land, you're still cursed. Okay? Jeremiah and Ezekiel lets you know when you get over to the promised land is where he going to do his restore. You see what I'm saying? So you see how you still are, it ain't over like everybody trying to make it look the picture pretty. The judgment of the Most High is heavily on us as a people. And we overlook that. We overlook Deuteronomy 28, the end game, the beginning of how he cared for us. We just blind to it all. But one thing he did say, he said the heathens mastered it, Deborah. That's what they did. And the tribe of Judah turned it away from it. They turned left, they turned right, they turned from the back, and they turned from the front. They don't want to hear nothing. They want to teach you what they want to teach you from out of their flesh. And that is what brings them comfort. And that's what they enjoy doing. You see, they ain't going to come to no knowledge. They ain't going to come to no spirit and truth of no matter of a higher. They ain't going to go back to Deuteronomy and say, wait a minute, we wrong. Look at Cliff O'Donnell. He getting up there and all the things his message is now is coming out different than what he once taught. But baby, you had planes, you got money, you got all this here. Your end game is over, whether you know it or not. So they feed, and this is a sad thing because the Hebrew Israelite men, they flock to that. They oh, he forgiven, he repent. That is not repent. That is not repent. Let's say, for instance, if a group of Hebrew Israelites were to get together, and if there is 100 of them together, they should seek all administrative position, all gifts. If somebody say, okay, I can play music. I mean, I got that. I was born. I have that. I can play music. I never was taught. I know how to play music. Bam, that's a gift. You see? But they don't want to take this 100 and find out about the body of Hamashiach. They want to rule you, the 100. They want to control you. They want you to be in their control and in their order. They want you to step left when they say step left, step right when they say step right. See, they want you to be up under them so they can be kings and leader in their flesh and in their spirits, their wolves and sheep clothing, teaching you lies and deceiving you. So when he say at the end, there's going to be false prophets and false teachers. I'm with you, Father Ahia. I'm sending them down, Deborah. They don't want nothing no more than that. They think they on the devil platform, leading the multitude. Hey, they ain't on there by themselves. I let the devil go on swing with them. That's why you think it's a great falling away, Deborah. Them ignorant people think it's a great falling away from the church. No, it's a great falling away from me. And I'll let them fall away. Because I also released the spirit of wicked and evil on them because they didn't want to lead their people to spirit and truth. They didn't want to lead their people to my bosom. Deborah, they don't want to lead the people to my light. They don't want to lead the people in the direction to the narrow gate. They don't want to lead the people to the water in which they thirst. They want to lead them to foolishness. That the world is against them. Oh, they are after us. You after yourself, said Ahia. How can the world be after you and you killing one another? How can the world be after you and you're destroying one another? How can the world be after you and that one of you united? How can the world be after you when you've been against me all this time? So who are you? What side are you on? Said Ahia, when you've been against me. You're going to remain in that curse. So any one of y'all think y'all out. You see the route Sister Deborah been teaching for the last 6 or 7 months. You better salute that curse. You better respect that curse. You better honor that curse. His judgment, salute that bad boy. His chastising, salute that bad boy. His discipline, salute that bad boy. His chasing, salute that bad boy. And tell the Most High, Ahia, I salute everything that thou hast called upon us as a people. Teach me. Teach me. No, we ain't gonna want to do that. We got to get on YouTube and Patriots, Facebook, find somebody that says something that's gonna make our flesh tingle. And then our spirit is anorexium and our flesh is obese. Now, he said, there are those who think that they are so prepared. He said, Deborah, you see Deuteronomy 28, the whole tribe of Judah is riding on the left end. I'm way over here on the right end. They ain't never came my way. They way on the left end. And he said, those who think that they are so prepared, they're going to be the first one to get struck. Because they prepared for the things of the flesh and misled the people out of the things which are spirit and truth. But yet they standing on the back line. Y'all better collect this. You better get this here. You better buy property. You better go to Jerusalem. You better come over here where we at over in Israel, because the United States, Snakes of America, is about to do something. You better go to Africa. He said these are people who, in their flesh, they think they got the power to prepare for what he got to come down. They don't even understand. Curse going in, curse going out. No matter where you at, you still cursed. See how they think they can overpower him? He said, Deborah, no matter where they at, they still cursed, because I cursed them, not the heathens. I brought them down. Okay, so he's saying that a lot of them will manipulate those that out there manipulating you, like Pastor Dow telling people to collect and get all them guns, and you need to have what we did. We've been telling you for years to make sure you have this and have this and have this. Okay, bro, y'all say he's gonna visit you, and the sad thing about it, I don't want to get on him no more, because I don't want to get on him no more, because a higher have already sealed in me. I got this, Deborah. You said what I asked you to say. I got this. See, it's going to come an hour when he don't even expect a higher to show up and show out. And there he going to come on the scene. He's about what he's saying. He said what he's about. He knows who he has elect to be his mouthpiece to the people. And that is those who know that they ain't got nothing to gain in it but obedience. In something they have been disobedient all this time. They are willing to be obedient to a higher this day, to say what he gives them to say, to do what he gives them to do, and be what he has called them to be in him, and not go and curse him to make us look different today than what he already cursed us to be and where to be today. Curse going in and curse coming out. So why are they lying? Because they ain't got nothing else better to do. Because you love lying. You love to see him and believe. And they just lying. Okay? So he said those who think that they are prepared, and that's kind of sad there. That is really sad, because he's saying they thinking that they can prepare for what he has already predestined, ordained to already happen. How can you, if you curse going in and curse going out, what are you preparing for in your curse? To do what? One thing he said, the one thing they failed to do was to take out this time while you in that curse and serve him from spirit to spirit, which is also faith to faith. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. And they still refusing to do it. And it ain't that he's looking for them to change based on what Sister Deborah is saying, or based on what anybody is saying. He said if they didn't believe me, Deborah, they ain't going to believe my prophets. And if they don't believe the prophets, they ain't going to believe that nobody that's coming there to teach them anything. They just going to pretend, be hypocrites. That's pretty much what many of them are doing, being hypocrites. Wolves in sheep clothing, thinking that they got they A to Z prepared for whatever comes on them, and they haven't even read Deuteronomy, the end game. He said, how can you prepare for something that I'm already prepared to destroy you? He said, how you going to do that? How you going to do that? See, that he's saying that they're not, when they're thinking and they're trying to blame the heathens, he see that they're blaming him and call themselves destroying what he said. They trying to make Yah a lie and put the blame on the heathens. That's why You can see. I'm gonna set an example. That's why when they say they killed this guy in the car, they just shot him for nothing. He was running, they just shot him. Okay, then y'all see it before you saw it. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Then y'all see it before you saw it. So what's going on with the Most High? Ahaya, why are you letting that go like that, Father? Why are you allowing it to rumble that way, Father God? Why are you allowing them to kill one another? He said, because they are who they are. They've been this way with me, Deborah. They ain't gonna change for you and nobody else. No heathens, no Gentiles. They ain't changing for nobody else. When I said that they are rebellion, that means these are people who do not follow rules. And they have not followed mine since the beginning of time. So anybody in the live chat have any questions? Any questions? He said also, every movie tells many's truth. White's always evil on the end. Always. Notice now you see that? A lot of y'all, I want to see who can remember this. You can't help but remember. All the time you go to the movies, you always see a movie where the heathens, the Gentiles, is the wicked and evil one. And at the end, they die. See how that movie really is? You see that? Mm-hmm. You ain't even thought about that, did you? They always be the sneaky, the conniving one in the beginning of the movie. And at the end, they die. That's reality. See? They already know what's what. They know what's what. They have mastered Deuteronomy 28. And here it is. It was about us. And we denied it. And it was looking us dead in our face. And we decided to take it and turn the whole word of Yah into a Hebrew Israelite movement and a Hebrew Israelite awakening. And that's why our men are still as ignorant as they started. Lost without a cause. And they use Deuteronomy 28 to manipulate you without giving you the fullness and the end game of it. And that's why you got our men that's 60 and 60 and 65 and 70 and 75 out here talking about their history, searching their history. What the hell are you searching history for? Your history is sitting here looking you dead in your face. Right here. And you ain't going to search spirit and truth, but you're going to go search books of the heathens and places of the heathens and how they killed you and how they destroy you in those sort of ways. But guess what? The spirit and truth of the matter, Yah did it. This was the will of the Father. That's why you ain't going to ever find your history, because your history rests in the power of his right hand and the way he planned it with that power. And you running around here trying to search your history so you can be recognized as somebody giving somebody something. And that's another thing I noticed about the whole Hebrew Israelite movement. Their whole big thing is, oh, if I can learn something to teach them this, they don't know this, I can give them this. And that'll make me up high. That's their whole mindset. Their whole mindset wasn't about uniting, bringing spirit and truth into the matter. Let's tell what the book is saying. And let's keep it what it's saying. Let's not add nor take away. But right now, guess what they at now? Where they at now? This whole book is a lie. Now, it'll keep somebody like me from coming and saying anything to them regarding this book. Now, this is what I want to say to you all. Now, watch what I'm about to say. Listen to this very carefully. So, what they did and what they do now they cross Paul out. Paul, they don't have no trust in Paul's word now. So you know that's what they call the New Testament. And now they're going after Genesis 1 and 2. Oh, Genesis 1 is saying something different than Genesis 2. And I said, Father, how could they get that when I was the only one on this whole devil platform talking about 1 and 2? It's the only one that sets us free. That's what we always need to go back to. And now all of a sudden they're going to make 2 wrong. They took the New Testament and began to say all of this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this didn't happen, this didn't happen, this didn't happen, this didn't happen, this didn't happen. Okay, here we go, y'all. Here we go. when they started off the Hebrew Israelite movement, they was running y'all around trying to get 1611. They was running you around telling you Paul said a woman is not to speak. She's to shut up. Big time. Everything they was running around here saying to start the newfound religion, Hebrew Israelite movement, and the newfound religion, Hebrew Israelite awakening, they was using this book. So what do they use now? They have taken the book and says we are doing away with it. You have some of the highest level Hebrew Israelite men, studiers, or those who search scriptures, deciding to turn away from many things in here. A lot of them are turning back to the vomit to prove that this is wrong. Ain't that deep? That's deep. They turning back to the vomit to prove that this book is wrong. So it's not many you're going to be able to really sit down comfortable and hear them talk. That's what they consider themselves scholars or learned Maureen and watchmen and seers, big prophets and apostles. They're turning against the book. I'm going to tell y'all what y'all is telling me to tell you all. And especially for you all in the live chat, because it's something about you sticking with the messages Sister Deborah is saying. And you all search the scriptures. That's what you call a thirst. Your thirst for spirit and truth. And this is what happens. He said, Deborah, you see how they doing the book now? I said, yes, Father. He said, that's why the Ruach came. And it came to live in you, abide in you, to teach you all things, to reveal things to you, to bring things to your remembrance, show you things to come, to comfort you. Now, the book in which they are denying, he that created all things now lives in you to teach you. That's why it's important to have the Ruach HaKodesh, because he knew that they was going to trample on this. It speaks of it. They was going to do away with it. And guess who's doing it? The heathen's been doing it. How did the heathen do it? They did it with the new King James, the new edition, the new version, the new universal. They changed all the newness here. They went in and changed words, and they did everything. So that's how the heathens did it. The Judith did it by just cursing the book itself and said it's not right. It's not right. It's wrong. So if you started off telling women to shut your mouth because Paul said it, and now you curse Paul, what does that say about you? Now they don't even want to hear Paul. Now they're making Paul the enemy of all the other disciples. Y'all should see these people who've been in this book and on these platforms for years. They turn in the opposite way of everywhere. And guess how they turn it? To other books. Same books heathen them made, they turn into that. They even turn into videos that heathens are talking about how everybody was fighting against Paul. Turn right back to the same vomit in which you start this new Hebrew Israelite movement in. And now you finna lick that vomit up and make the white man back where y'all say he was going to be in Deuteronomy 28. That's deep. So what happened? Y'all said, see there, Deborah? You see how they tamper with it? You see how they going up against me? They trying to keep spirit and truth from coming out. So now they're going to deny it so bad. See how he said the same thing the tribe of Judah did when it came down to him, Yeshua, being crucified. Crucify him! Crucify him! They was glad. Crucify him! Crucify him! They was glad. It's the same one that's trying to destroy this book so that you, as a Hebrew Israelite, would never get any truth of the matter of anything. So Yah said to you, when our son Deborah, she came a different route than they came. Not only did she come with word, but she came in spirit and in truth. They can't take that from you. You see what I'm saying? They'll never be able to take that. You hear me in the live chat? They can't take that from you. See, they can take this word and screw it up and down. They can say Paul is not legit. That means the whole New Testament is wrong. That's what they're saying, y'all. Then in the Old Testament, they were also saying the same thing. But in the New, they canceling out Yeshua, his mission. They canceling out Paul. I mean, they canceling out all kind of stuff, y'all. And in the New, they're trying to cancel out Torah. Who is doing this, Deborah? The tribe of Judah. Ain't that deep, y'all? They not after you. You after yourself. They are not after you. You after yourself. And the reason why Ahia had me, because when he had me to write that down so I can put that on as my topic, they are not after you. I was like, well, wait a minute now. Hold up, Father, y'all. He said, Deborah, don't forget, Deuteronomy 28. That was me. That was me. They haven't owned up to the fact that the right-hand power did that. They haven't owned up to the fact that the creator of all things did this to us. So if they're saying that they're after us, then they have caused their people to see me to be a lie. Because if I said I did it, how are you going to say they did it? I said I did it, and you're saying they did it. I said I did it, and you're saying they did it. That's what the tribe of Judah has done to you all. So y'all say, I tell you what, I send mine. And she and them, my other prophets, they're going to teach you spirit and truth. Because the tribe of Judah has worked its little time out after the 400 years to discredit everything that proceed out of my mouth. Everything in this book is not what proceed out of his mouth. But we can't discredit it. If he's going to teach us all things in our spirit, he's going to always have a book to refer us to some more things to understand. And if we take this book and burn this up, then what Sister Deborah has to do, which I was praying to the Father, when I'm not going to use the book. He said, no, yes, you are. He said, I said, because I can give this to them in spirit and truth, and I'm good. He said, but no, I want you to show them how they have messed up from the flow up and continue to messing up from the flow up and think that a judgment is not on their head. But the white people is bothering them, the heathens and the Gentiles, KKK and all of them skinheads. Y'all said, when have the last time you called on me? When did I ever hear your cries in the heavens like I did in Egypt? I heard their cries. He said, I don't hear Judah where he's at. I hear the cries of the blood being shed. And I said, hold up, just a little while longer. Just hold up, just a little while longer. That's what he's been hearing. You go to Revelation and you hear them other ones saying, how long? Oh, they got you saying, how long shall you? But see, you know what? The tribe of Judah as well. Because they know some of their brethren is not who you think they are, because they are because they say they are the tribe of Judah or they are Israel. But what Yah is saying, he that is for me is not against me. And if you're teaching the opposite of what Yah said, and you saying they doing this to us, and Yah said I'm doing it, they doing it, I'm doing it, they doing it, I'm doing it. He said, what is in there? What does this say? So they said, let's get rid of this. Just as they said, crucify him. Crucify him. As easy as it was for them to holler and tell them to crucify Yeshua HaMashiach, was as easy for them to take this book in the year 2022. Our Negro men, our so-called Hebrew Israelite movement and Hebrew Israelite awakening has cut this here in and out. The longest living book that ever exists. They have done away with it in the hearts and in the minds, to the camps, to the academies, to the churches, to the synagogues, to everything that they worship at and they're at. They have done away with it. I see a lot of them sitting down now. They sitting down being lazy. They're not talking about anything. They're not expounding on anything. They're not coming out of the book like they were. It's because they never were who you all thought they were. Anybody have any questions in the live chat? I'm going to end it right there. Unless you have something that you would like to ask a question in the live chat. Yep, the angel was saying, how long? That's right. So if no one have any question, I, Sister Deborah, will say I appreciate each and every last one of you all in the live chat. And I will say I will be back. Shalom and shalom.